I think for the future for our children, we just want them to be happy. That's, you know, we're not hung up on grades or GCSEs or you know, and I just want them to be happy. Just want them to be able to be the best that they can be at whatever they want to do.
Stack shelves or become a you know, an atomic scientist. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, we have a vision of Albie. We haven't talked much about Albie, but you know, Albie is an adventurer. Albie's wonderful. Albie is a 7-year-old Bear Grylls, and we have a vision of him phoning us on a satellite phone from the middle of the Pacific Ocean while he's chasing sharks or something. You know, but again, that comes back to, you know, it's really hard to project the future. You can think about what you want for them, but what you want isn't necessarily what they need.
And also, like saying that for Albie, but Albie won't go to Cubs or Scouts because Quinn won't, and he's protective of Quinn, and he realises that it's a very subconscious thing, and being away from Quinn, he worries about Quinn. So there's that, you know, they're only babies, 7, 8 and 5, and
it's like I said about my eldest nephew. He, if you'd met him at the age of 3, he was the Tasmanian devil. He was Taz. He was a whirling dervish, and now he's at university. He's doing a degree that I can barely say, let alone will be able to sit and do. You know, in cryptology, and you know, and he's utterly amazing. And
he's such a lovely young
man.
Is,
and he's such a gentle person, and such a, you know, and he's amazing with the kids, and he adores them, and it's, you know, so you couldn't at the age of 3 have projected forward to that. And it's like I said before, it's don't limit your children, but don't limit them by thinking, you know, you want them to do something, because this isn't about you as a parent, this is about them as a child. And that's, I think some parents forget that. They take the autism on for themselves and take that label for themselves, and it's not their label to have. It's however hard a parent has it, the child has it 10 times harder. You know, however hard my mum had it with me, I had it 10 times harder. And that gets forgotten, I think, and lost along the way, because it becomes about the fight and the battle and I think looking ahead, we will have battles ahead of us. We'll have battles at seniors. I know that we'll have battles at senior school, and I know that, you know, for all the SEND team might be wonderful, there's 1,000 children at that school, and there's hundreds of other staff, and, you know, the SEND team can't control what happens in the interactions with those children, and I know that that's going to happen, and there'll be battles with work probably. And as Quinn gets older, he's finding relationships harder with his peer groups, and so there'll be battles along that line. But that's not battles with the autism, that's battles with society, and, you know, so it's, for us, happiness is the key thing, isn't it? It's not about money, it's not about holidays, it's not about fancy televisions or iPads. It's about making sure that our children are in a safe environment where they can be who they want to be, and encouraging them to do what they want to do. And that's,
and they can talk to us.
Yeah, communication is so important.
Even though it's so difficult.
Well, yeah, that's the thing. It's so, you know, again, that's that narrow expectation of what autism is. You know, we don't have empathy, we can't communicate, and it's, you know,
Quinn's the biggest, rubbish. Softest, like, honest. He just finds it so hard. He's like got his emotions all bubble up, and he can't get the words out, and he becomes frustrated. But he's the loveliest.
You know, my friend Christine, whose son Riley is the Life of Riley play. That's the play about him, and he's pre-verbal, as we call it. He doesn't speak, but he communicates in so many other ways. And just because he doesn't have a language that is recognisably loud that you can hear, doesn't mean that he's not talking to you. And that's, you know, and that's the same with Quinn. Quinn expresses his emotions in so many amazing ways. When you actually sit back and look at him, you know, you could if you got a snapshot of Quinn, it would be all or nothing. It would be Quinn's or it's Quinn's like that. But actually, there's such a middle ground that you can only see if you spend time with him and look at him. And so it's encouraging him to recognise that. And again, with Olivia is very similar, isn't she? She's either exploding or she's quiet, and she's doing super focused. So it's just allowing them to be themselves, and getting other people to understand that this is who they are. Just deal with it, accept it.
And Quinn, Quinn went to school last week for World Book Day. He had to go to school dressed as a word that he wanted people to know more about. And he said, well, first of all, he was going as technically lol. Like, how do I dress him up as that? And then he said, I'm going to school as me, I'm going to school as autistic. And we were like, God, are you sure, son? Yeah, I'm going to school as autistic. So Kieran made a sign.
He wanted people to know, he
and
wanted
went
people to
school.
understand.
He was so proud. And the school rang us up at the end of the day. Well, some of the kids have said, does that mean he's crazy? And he wasn't. He took it all on the chin. That's who he was. So it's sort of given him a voice to say, I'm autistic, and you're not autistic, and people make exceptions for you and listen to you and give you what you need. So I'm shy, I'm outrageous, I'm introvert, I'm extrovert, I'm autistic. So give me the desk where I can stand up and work and wriggle about and move, and, you know, let me finish 10 minutes earlier and come in, you know, after the whole commute's finished, or come in earlier, finish earlier, come in later, finish earlier, and I'll be brilliant and I'll work hard. And he's amazing. And we took a photo of him wearing this sign with his hat all skew-iff and his coat hanging off him and his rucksack down
jogging
on one
bottoms
arm.
and his school shoes on.
Jogging bottoms and school shoes with a woolly jumper. I said, Quinn, you cannot go to school. I said, I don't know what you look like, but yeah, but it feels nice. It feels nice. And we took a photo with the biggest, proudest smile. We struggled to get him, he sort of can't figure out how to make his mouth smile, and the biggest smile. And I put it on my Custard and Bear work Facebook page just to say how proud. Actually, it was me, because it was International Women's Day. I was epic because I gave birth to this amazing, quirky person. And I only had 1,000 likes on my business page, and it's been seen by 30,000 people. So Quinn's touched a nerve somewhere of, wow, this is it. Look at this young lad. And he's helped and supported so many people just by one photo. And that's
the thing,
amazing.
It's you know, I'm an advocate. I talk to you guys, I talk to Nas, and you know, I blog, I speak, I talk to parents all the time, but all of this came from Quinn. It wasn't something that I've imposed on him. This was all out of him. He is so unconfident in so many ways. He hasn't found who he is yet, but he knows that this is one thing that he is confident and proud of, and he knows that this is him. And it's kind of, I'm not really making sense, am I? But it's I don't know. I'm just super proud of him. In a way, he's a better advocate than I could ever be, just because he's, you know, I speak a lot and I'm passionate, but he's raw. It's just him. He's not got an agenda. He just wants people to accept him, and that's it. That's the important thing, and that's what I want. That's what we both want, I think, for the future.